What's up, Taiwan? I'm Erika Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. The Taiwan Statebuilding Party represents the most radical wing of pro-independence politics in the country. The party saw success in the 2020 national elections, winning a key legislative seat. But their momentum has stalled since then, and their sights are lower going into this year's local elections. Leslie Lau reports.
With the flick of a lighter, the flag is set on fire. The police rush in to stop it, but it's too late. The Taiwan Statebuilding Party has destroyed the emblem of their rivals, the opposition Kuomintang. The symbol is part of Taiwan's national flag, but the people burning it call themselves patriots. They say the Kuomintang is colluding with China.
当中国的专制入侵台湾的时候，台湾将不保，而中国国民党将是跟中国里应外合最大的这个投降派。
The Taiwan Statebuilding Party is one of the most radical groups in Taiwan's pro-independence movement. But they share common ground with Taiwan's ruling party, which has more moderate views.
The Taiwan Statebuilding Party has a very good relationship sometimes with the DPP, and that you can kind of see these endorsements at least.
The Statebuilding Party started out as a blog in 2008. Party chair Chen Yiqi began writing about Taiwan's sovereignty while he was studying in the Netherlands. Chen and his fellow bloggers were alarmed when they saw KMT President Ma Ying-jeou elected to a second term in office. They saw him as a threat to Taiwan's sovereignty, so they formed a group called the Radical Wings to fight back, and they registered it as a political party in 2016.
They only started running for office in 2018, and in 2018 they actually didn't win any local seats.
The following year, the Radical Wings changed their name to the Taiwan Statebuilding Party. A year later, the party landed its first major victory.
2020 was their first ever actual victory with Chen Bo-wei winning in Taichung.
Chen Bo-wei won a legislative seat in central Taiwan. He ousted the KMT incumbent Yan Kuan-hun, whose family had held the position since 2008. But it didn't end well. Voters recalled Chen a year later, making him the first elected legislator to be removed from power in Taiwan. In June, Chen left the Statebuilding Party due to internal friction, and that left the party weaker than before.
Now that Chen Bo-wei is gone, I don't know how many endorsements we're going to see between the DPP and the TSP. And without that, I think they are in a position where without sort of these regular DPP endorsements, I don't know that they'll be able to enjoy the kind of momentum that they even had back in 2020.
Without the help of Chen Bo-wei, who was once their most promising star, the Taiwan Statebuilding Party is facing an uphill battle. Now they're looking to build the party from the ground up. This year, they have about 24 candidates running for city and county councilor positions all over Taiwan. Patrick Chen and Leslie Liao for TaiwanPlus.
It's the last week before Taiwan's local elections, but not everyone will be able to vote. The country's pandemic rules mean people who catch COVID-19 now won't be allowed to cast their ballots. As Erika explains, this could prevent around 70,000 people from voting on Saturday.
The results of one of these tests could determine who can or cannot cast their ballot in Taiwan's local elections on November 26th. Under the country's current regulations, people infected with COVID-19 must isolate at home for at least 5 days. That means anyone who becomes infected starting Monday will not be allowed out to vote. Those caught violating the rules face fines of up to $64,000. These restrictions have sparked a wave of criticism. Many are concerned they could impact the outcome of the elections.
有问题是应该要帮他解决，而不是说用重罚来威吓他说不要出来投票。选举的人，那他的票数，比如说差100票，可是你确诊者不能投票的人，可能如果是1000个，那这个就会造成很大的问题。
Earlier estimates projected that the COVID restrictions could keep up to 300,000 people away from the voting booths. More recently, that figure had been revised down to about 70,000. Now, there are concerns that some people may not report their COVID infections so they can go out and vote.
一定有的，觉得现在大家其实都已经放松了，他们可能觉得只是发烧，然后就吃个止痛药退烧，然后就出来了。
为了那一票，要懂得保护自己。
Taiwan is looking to ease its COVID regulations later this month. But for now, health officials are sticking to the strict quarantine rules, even if that means that some people won't be able to take part in the democratic process. As Naya Zhou and Erika Liu for TaiwanPlus.
Authorities in northeastern Taiwan have detected the country's first case of H5N1 bird flu. A farm in Yilan County reported a wave of deaths last week among its ducks. Inspectors ran tests on the bird's waste and confirmed the presence of the virus. They culled over 5,000 ducks on Sunday to try and stop the disease in its tracks. Authorities are checking other farms within a 5-kilometer radius of the outbreak. H5N1 is a highly contagious strain of influenza that affects both humans and other animals. Taipei Zoo's star panda Tuan has died, aged 18. Vets decided to put him down on Saturday after he suffered a spate of seizures. Tuan was one of 2 giant pandas gifted to Taiwan by China in 2008, an example of Beijing's so-called panda diplomacy. His arrival marked a period of warmer ties between the 2 sides under Taiwan's President Ma Ying-jeou. With his partner Yuan Yuan, Tuan fathered 2 female cubs. He began suffering seizures in August and was diagnosed with a brain lesion. 2 months later, the zoo invited panda experts from China to give advice on treatment. But on Saturday, a medical team decided Tuan had no chance of recovering. The zoo says it plans to preserve his body using taxidermy. The film that won Best Documentary at this past weekend's Golden Horse Awards put the plight of Taiwan's migrant workers in the spotlight. And Miles to Go Before I Sleep looks at the police shooting of a runaway migrant laborer in 2017. Our reporter Yu Jing Huang spoke with director Cai Chonglong to find out why he made this film.
Documentary film And Miles to Go Before I Sleep tells the story of a runaway migrant worker killed during a confrontation with police in 2017. Nguyen Guofi was shot 9 times in just 12 seconds by an officer after apparently resisting arrest. But the film's director Cai Chonglong believes the real reason behind the killing is systematic discrimination in Taiwanese society.
我都觉得2017年那个就是一个总爆发，就是已经就是累积的那个误解或歧视或不了解，已经到一个点了，才会爆发之后一个菜鸟警察，然后把他打死，然后其他人也都好像视若无睹那样。那个是一个整个集体社会心理的反应，然后它就是对移工的一种压迫的一种总爆发。它可能是很极端，但它绝对不是个案。那因为它不是个案，所以我才必须要把它做到纪录片里面。
The story is told from 2 perspectives. Cai tries to piece together the truth of what happened on that fateful day, while Nguyen's story is told in his own words, the writings he left behind.
对我来讲，我只能说，我觉得没有改变，说我要继续做下去。那到底有没有抱希望？没有特别抱什么希望，对。但是如果说我看了那样的，我了解那样的事件，我看那样密录器，我不做的话，我良心不安。
Taiwan first began importing migrant workers in the 1990s. Today, there are over 700,000 in the country. In that time, there have been countless stories of exploitation and abuse against migrant workers. Cai hopes that audiences who watch this film won't stand by any longer.
所以即使这个片子只是阮国威的一个墓志铭，我觉得也没关系。就是如果做个比喻来讲，这个墓志铭是震耳欲聋的墓志铭，它吵到让你台湾观众没办法安心。这样。
While Cai admits that his film is unlikely to bring immediate change, he hopes that story of the 27-year-old will start an important conversation about the treatment of migrant workers. As Naya Zhou and Yu Jing Huang for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we leave you with images of the LGBTQ Pride Parade in Chile, where thousands came together to demand an end to hate crimes. I'm Erika Liu. Take care and see you next time.